Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm here with another Pauper League, and I'm really excited to get into this one. Actually, this is Blue-Black Reanimator. This is an older brew of mine with some new updates. Before I get into the deck tech and then into the league, let me just shout out the channel real quick. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. There's going to be a link in the description below. Go check out the channel. Lots of Pauper content on there, lots of modern. There's limited as well, something for everyone. So go check it out. If you want to support me, please subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to do so. Thank you so much. Now let's get right into this. So again, this is Blue Black Reanimator in Pauper. And this is, like I said, an older brew. So you can go to the channel and check out older leagues of this deck. And I've done well with this deck in the past, and I had to put it down because I was kind of getting crushed by graveyard hate. And just today I was thinking, you know what? There's not that much graveyard hate, and especially against Chatterstorm, like a quick crusher just making them sack their lands is often going to be game. So I was like, this deck might be well positioned right now. I made some changes, just to account for the meta right now. But let's get into this deck tech because people might not be familiar with a lot of these cards, and then we'll get into the game. So let me go through basically our strategy. What is this deck trying to do? Okay, you're blue and black, and as you can see, you're blue based, and you're just splashing black. For Exhume, this is our main combo card. Each player puts a creature from the graveyard onto the battlefield, but it's only 2 mana. So the strategy of the deck is basically you try to cast Exhume early on turn generally 2 if you can, before the opponent has any creatures in their graveyard, bringing back Ulamog's Crusher. And there's only 4 Crusher and no other really reanimation targets, and that's because there's no other good creatures to reanimate in Pauper really that I think you want in this deck. There is some other options now, but we're just sticking with the 4 Crusher right now. Now, how do we discard Crusher? We discard it with Careful Study, which is the best discard outlet in blue. 1 blue, it's just a Faithless Looting without flashback, but of course it's a blue card. And being blue, just to go on a little tangent here, gives us access to Ponder, Preordain, and Counterspell, which is just so massive for the deck. But okay, discard outlet, Counterspell. Careful Study, excuse me. Careful Study. This is the best one, and discarding 2 cards is absolutely massive because not only do we want to discard Crusher, but we really also want to discard Dragon Breath. This is a weird card. It's an aura that gives haste and Dragon Breath basically, +1/+0 for 1 red mana. But it says when a creature with mana value 6 or greater enters the battlefield, you may return Dragon Breath from your graveyard attached to that creature. So basically our best line is cast Careful Study, discarding Crusher and Dragon Breath, and then cast Exhume, bringing back the Crusher. And then when the Crusher enters, it'll automatically bring back the Dragon Breath as well, giving it haste, then attack, annihilate too. That's the plan of the deck. Okay, and like I was saying, being blue is really important. Ponder and Preordain are the best way to set up to find the cards we need to combo, because we need to find a lot of cards in this deck. You basically need to find Crusher, guaranteed. You don't need Dragon Breath, but it helps a lot. So you need to find Crusher and Exhume minimum, plus a discard outlet. Hapless Researcher, if you don't know, 1 blue, 1/1, sack it, draw a card, discard a card. Seems really bad, but it actually is pretty decent. You can just play a 1 mana 1/1 to play around Edict effects if there is any, and it's the other way in blue to basically draw and discard a card for 1 mana. There isn't really any other good options, and I think this is the best option. So yeah, our discard outlets: Careful Study, Hapless Researcher. Then we have cantrips: 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain, 4 Counterspell for interaction, and then this is a nice one, Muddle the Mixture, which I think is also pretty strong right now because it can just be cast. So blue, counter target instant or sorcery spell. That's decent against Chatterstorm. And then also being able to transmute to find specifically Exhume just gives us more copies of Exhume basically. Even if it's slow, I still think Muddle is pretty good. Moving on, we have Stinkweed. This looks kind of weird in the deck, but you can just play it out as a blocker. But mostly, if you don't have Crusher, if you haven't found it yet, what you want to do with Stinkweed is discard it to one of our discard outlets, put it in the graveyard, and then just dredge it, and then keep discarding it to other discard outlets. And then this gives you dredge 5, so it gives you 5 looks at trying to find a Crusher to put into your graveyard. A couple of anglers that we can just cast. And then in this version, what I'm trying, I haven't liked it in the past, but I want to try it again, is 4 Lotus Petal. And that's just because this format is so degen right now with Storm and Affinity. I feel like we need to sacrifice the long game by playing Lotus Petal and try to go even faster. And it looks awkward because a lot of times it feels like it doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't actually help you combo faster, just the way the games play out. But obviously, if our hand, let's say, is like basic, Petal, Petal, Careful Study, Crusher, Exhume, we can just turn one Crusher that way. And in addition, it's an untapped colored source of blue and black mana. So like if you have a Dismal Backwater, which you have to play to fix your mana, you go turn one Backwater, turn two basic Lotus Petal. Now you have 3 mana on turn two. That allows you to go discard Outlet, discard Crusher, Exhume. So it still can speed up your combo by a turn, especially if you have a tap land. And just sometimes, like if your hand is Island, Island, Lotus Petal, that'll allow you to combo as well. Or if your hand is like Swamp, Petal, Petal, you can still combo. So I think Lotus Petal does help us combo quickly, but again, with the petals, this deck will run out of gas. I just think it's important to not die to Chatterstorm and just try to be a little bit faster. So I'm giving the Lotus Petals another shot. We'll see how it goes here. That's basically the deck. In the sideboard, I have 4 copies of Annul for Affinity, and then a bunch of Hate for Chatterstorm, 2 Dispels, 3 Hydroblasts, 2 Echoing Truths, 1 Echoing Decay, and 3 copies of Duress. So basically just some of it overlaps for hates with other deck, like Echoing Decay, Duress can come in against Control, Dispel can come in against Control, Hydroblast can come in against Burn. But basically a lot of targeted hate at the top 2 decks, Affinity and Chatterstorm, and then again we have some hate for other decks just that overlap. But I've been liking these really hateful sideboards for the top 2 decks because I think those decks are just so good. You kind of want to do it, but I'm really excited to get into this one. A couple bogs here I didn't mention, just because if the game does go a little longer and creatures go to their yard from like countering or something, you can just bog them and then exhume, and then they don't get anything back. Looks like a weird deck, I know. Only 2 anglers seems weird, but again, a lot of times if you exhume an angler, it just doesn't do anything. It's not good enough to win. I also don't like Striped Riverwinder that much. I can't tell you how many times I spent my exhume getting back a Riverwinder and then lost that game. So I'm just going with the standard that I know works: 4 Crusher, Dragon Breath, counter spells to back it up, and I just accidentally took out a counter spell. Let's take out all 4 counter spell. And let's change it up here. Let's add 4 counterspell. Got to change up the art. That looks better. I like this art. This is actually my favorite. I thought this one was, but I just like this one. So let's go with this one. Let's go. Ready to get into this. See you in round 1. All right, round 1. We're against Merc here. Would you like to play first? Yes. This hand is pretty bad. I think I like keeping it though. Maybe it's just not good enough. We don't know what we're up against. We have like basically no combo pieces except for a transmute for Exhume. So we're really far from doing anything. And I think this deck mulligans a lot, and you need to mulligan aggressively. So I'm actually going to mulligan. All right. This looks better. Doesn't look great, but I think it's actually a keep. So let's keep this. I can muddle for Exhume. Does take a lot of mana to do so. I'm just going to lead on turn 1 Hapless Researcher. I could just discard Dragon Breath, or just put back Dragon Breath because I don't necessarily need that to combo. Yes, it's good, but I don't want to put back Lotus Petal because that's my black source right now. So I think I want to just put back Dragon Breath because if I draw another land, I can exhume for... I can transmute for Exhume. And if I just put a Crusher into play without haste, that may be good enough. So let's just run it. Researcher go. So many people pause when you play this card just because it doesn't really see that much play, but this deck is sweet. They said, LOL, you don't stop. I'd try thinks. OD try thinks. I don't understand what they're saying. I think they're making fun of me for playing Hapless Researcher, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. We drew Swamp. I think what I want to do, I can just play. I'm thinking I can just play Island and was expecting Soul Sisters. No idea what this blue deck will be. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, they don't know what we're on. Merc thought we would be on Soul Sisters, but haven't actually played that for a little while. Let's see. Just deciding if I want to transmute Muddle right now. Using the Lotus Petal, getting Exhume, and then next turn I can Careful Study plus Hapless, looking for Crusher. It does show them what we're going to do, and they played a Silver Quill Campus. They could just be Black-White Control. It's pretty close. I mean, using my Lotus Petal makes me go down really low in cards, but I still think it might be right. I could just wait again. I could play Island this turn and essentially pass the turn. I'm just gonna get Muddle right now. Let's just do it. I'm just gonna transmute Muddle for Exhume. Keep speaking incorrectly, but I'm just gonna transmute here, get Exhume, and then try to find Crusher and hope that's good enough. If they're Black-White Control, this is gonna be rough. But if they're Soul Sisters, this may just be good enough. I mean, the gig is up. They know what we're doing now, so. You have to transmute as a sorcery. And I think waiting as long as possible on the Careful Studies is better. I mean, I guess I could have just cast Careful Study that turn, or I could have, again, just done nothing. But, oh, I was worried about this. That's really brutal. That's just like a 2-for-1 duress. I wonder if Merc's playing Ryuk's like hateful deck here. And geez, this green screen is just messing up badly here. Let me try to fix it. Let's see here. I mean, that looks better, I think. I know people were commenting on like one of the last videos I posted and they said don't worry about it, but I just want it to be as good as possible. Okay, that's a little bit better. That duress was just obviously super brutal. Now we need to find 2 combo pieces. Ponder is a great draw, but it's going to be rough. Wow. Wow. I mean, I think we just need to keep these and just then we can just try to find another Exhume. Yep. It's pretty funny. We could have comboed this turn if the opponent didn't have the duress, but of course they had it. Not going to be a tough choice of what to discard here. This matchup might be pretty rough, especially if they have a lot of like edict effects and like cast downs. But we'll see. Again, now we're just trying to draw cantrips and try to find Exhume at this point. Of course, a Dragon Breath would be massive in this matchup as well. But the opponent has 7 cards to our 1 and essentially 0 because this doesn't really do anything. All right, Scoured Barrens into Curse, Castigate. I think I'm just going to let them exile this. If I draw and hit a land, it's technically better, but yeah, I'll just let that resolve. All right, now we're Hellbent, so they cannot duress or castigate us anymore, but I don't like seeing Black-White Control. It's going to be a rough matchup for sure. the Lotus Petal for using Lotus Petal to muddle, getting Exhume, and then just getting that duressed was pretty brutal. All right. Probably just cast this on whatever they do. Hopefully they don't try to play a Guardian of the Guild Pack because then my Exhume will eventually get that back for them, which is annoying. But I'd also like to keep this in play if I can to play around Exhume. This is a Pestilence, I'm going to counter it. Bonders. Snap counter this. I guess I shouldn't F6 as well because I may sack this if they play a removal spell on it. There's an Angler. Okay. Let's just attack and then play an angler using all 3 mana, because why not? An opponent with only 4 cards left, if some of those cards are like Duress and or Castigate, my life for Bajukavok. Opponent's having a good time here. We're having a good time too. Let's see, 3 mana. Just exile spells. It doesn't really matter what, as long as it's not the creatures. All right, we have a 5/5. Also, Gurmag Angler is really nice with Dragon's Breath. I've played 3 Gurmags or even 4 in a lot of different versions, and there's a Guardian. Okay, well, that sucks. Ponder, Preordain, / Exhume are our best draws. All right, let's just play this. It's another thing that we can just sack if they play an Edict, and we can just start attacking in the air with it if we want. Pretty funny that this is how games with Reanimator happen a lot, where you just like actually end up sitting there, and the games they either end super quick or you just kind of drag on without doing much. So it's pretty funny. I am stoked to play this matchup, even though I think the matchup's not great. It's kind of fun. So trying to press OK. Yeah, they don't attack with Guardian, but they have 5 cards in hand. That's a lot. All right. Definitely holding the island for now. I think I will attack for 1 because they still can't really attack. So might as well just start getting in there. Another way to build this deck, which might actually be worthwhile, Echoing Decay that resolves, might be to just play Delver in the main deck. Like, you could even cut Lotus Petal, play some Delvers. Echoing Decay this. Okay. This still might be a take on Ryuk's list. I don't want to dredge because I just want to find Exhume. So let's cancel. Wow. That's all 4 crushers. Okay. Now they'll probably have some edicts or something. I think the deck plays 4 cast down, like 3 or 4 edict, 4 echoing decay, 4 curse, but it could also just be a take on that deck and not actually playing all those cards. Yeah, we're kind of getting wrecked here. See if they castigate or duress here. They're also pretty close to flashing this back. So this deck, if you don't win fast, you often don't win. I mean, I guess I can actually dredge. Of course, we don't want to see Exhume, but I can just recast this and start attacking and play around Edict that way. I'm just going to do it. All right, luckily we did not find an Exhume, so that's good. We're getting hit for 2. They only have 2 cards left as well here, so now we can start drawing naturally. Let's not dredge. I mean, I guess I could dredge this and just play it and then just be like attacking with both. I don't love it. Let's just not do it. All right, I think I'm just going to hold that land in case I draw a careful study here. I really like holding extra lands. You really don't need many lands in this deck. So one of the key kind of aspects of playing this deck is holding the lands. And there it is. Okay. They probably have cast down, but I still just do this, I think. Oh, yeah, they don't have any creatures yet. Okay, let's go. Let's just hope for no cast down. Looks like they're just F6'd. Oh, maybe not. Okay, they have it. Well, two Exhumes left. This matchup should be just terrible for us. Duress, cast down, edict. Especially post board, they get to side out Echoing Decay and stuff. But we can always just play a Crusher with haste early when all they have is lands, and then that should be game. So that's the goal. Not winning this race if I dredge the Stimpweed and they have 3 cards. I think I'm just supposed to draw. Let's play that. Attack for 1. How do we want to sideboard in this matchup? I think we want Duress. I think we do want Dispel as well. I think we only want three. I think we want all three Duresses and both Dispels. And potentially side out like two or more, or even all the Lotus Petals. I'm not sure, but we can't really afford to get 2-for-1 like we did this game off the Lotus Petal, which, I mean, essentially is going to happen in these grindy matchups. I mean, yeah, it helps us go faster, but might just want to not do that. Okay, Preordained is great. Gurmag Angler and Ponder. I mean, I want both of these for sure. So I'm going to go top, top, not Dredge, play Gurmag, and then attack for one. I guess I could have attacked for one first, but I didn't. I could play land in case I chain cantrips next turn, but if I draw Careful Study, I still want to discard both these lands. So I'm just going to hold them for now. Is this just a Scry with Silver Quill Campus? Looks like it, yeah. So I will not, if they play an Edict, I will not dredge on my upkeep, because I'll draw the Ponder, and then I can choose to dredge or not dredge off the Ponder. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Because I could like ponder into Careful Study and then study both imps. Yeah, that would be sweet. But I guess I couldn't play both of them anyway, so doesn't really matter. I could just ignore the ponder and dredge the imp, but I think that's not what I want to do. And Merc bottoms a card, so I'm wondering now if they don't have an answer for Angler, if we just dredge imp. Again, I think we're supposed to draw ponder. Cast down. Oh, cast down the imp. Interesting. Why? Just because they're going to flashback Edict now? I guess I could have played more carefully with this by having two imps in play, but just didn't really feel like I had time for that. Another Edict from hand? Oh no, this is a flashback Edict. Alright, 2 cards in hand for the opponent. We got the Edict out of there. Castigate resolves. 1 card left. Okay, we can still do this. This is protection from monocolored, so it's also not protection from Crusher. It's not Dredge, I don't think. Rather draw the Ponder. We hit an Exhume. Can't keep these, unfortunately. I mean, I guess we can put them back and then just dredge the imp, which I think I'm actually going to do, because then we put a Dragon Breath in the graveyard. Yeah, let's do it. Dredge. So that was actually kind of sick. We hit the Exhume, so there's only 1 Exhume left, unfortunately. Gonna have to get pretty lucky here. 1 out of 27. They play a Kabir Crossroads. I'm gonna have to find the Exhume. Both Anglers already gone. 3 Exhumes down. So only 1 Exhume left, and I think all our metals are gone as well. It's not Dredge yet. This feels bad. I just don't think I didn't think we were winning if we dredge that turn, so let's just keep trying to find the last Exhume. They're scrying with Silver Quill Campus, which is actually pretty solid here. Yeah, just the fact that they have Duress and Castigate as well. I mean, it does kind of make me want to keep the Lotus Petals to try to go off on turn 2 more likely before they castigate us. This deck also is pretty difficult to play. You have to be really careful about how you stack your Ponders and Preordains, and when you leave stuff on top, or to play around, Duresses or removal spells, and just your sequencing matters a lot with this deck. It's not dredge. All right, let's just concede. Let's go to the next one. All right. I think we're gonna want Dispel against Cast Down. I remember also why I stopped playing this deck is because Cast Down is just so good against Crusher. And a lot of people play Cast Down. It's not side out a couple petals. And I think a couple cantrips. I know that's weird. I don't want to side out Hapless Researcher because it's good at playing around Edict. I wonder if they're going to have Graveyard Hate as well. I can even cut a Counterspell. It just seems weird, but it's kind of clunky. We have 2 Dispel now. Maybe I should even cut 2 Counterspell because Dispel counters Cast Down pretty nicely. Yeah, I like this. We have Duress as well to take whatever they have to answer us. Don't want a null to try to counter like whatever they have. Whatever, like those 3-drop artifacts or whatever. Like Bonders. Alright, this hand looks good. Gonna lead just Backwater here. Not sure what I'm gonna do on turn 2 yet. I honestly haven't decided. No Duress. Wonder if I should just pass with Counterspell up at this point, and then if they go Castigate, I can just counter that. Alternatively, I can just Duress plus Hapless Researcher this turn. I think I like that the best. It's just Duress right now. Night's Whisper, Echoing Decay, Crypt Rats, Guardian, Thorn. Jeez. Well, let's take a Night's Whisper. Play a Hapless Researcher, pass the turn. As we saw, a lot of times they have to spend a removal spell on this anyway, and then you can just sack it for value. I assume they're just going to go land Night's Whisper, hope to draw more lands at this point. Crypt Rats post board, huh? Duress off the top? That sucks. Wouldn't be surprised if they just take Preordain. Yeah. Oh, they take Counterspell. Okay, well, this gives us a chance to combo this turn. Dragon Breath. Okay, let's start with Preordain. We need to find Crusher and Exhume. Kind of want to keep this Duress and then just Duress their other copy of Night's Whisper because we know that this is their 5 cards in hand, so they can't really do anything if I just Duress them. So those are their 4 cards. I'm going to play land. We have plenty of good stuff to discard here and attack for 1. We're not really close to comboing at this point, but that's okay. If they don't draw land, then they just don't get to do anything, basically. I already am feeling the card disadvantage really hurting, and kind of wish I built with like the less Lotus Petals and just like some main deck Night's Whispers, which is what kind of one thing I was thinking about. All right. Let's get a Dragon Breath into the yard. Draw a card. All right. Just imp and pass. There's a land from them. It's not good. All right, there we go. Gurmag Angler and Hapless Researcher. So I'm going to go up to 7 cards in yard. So I can just Gurmag with haste this turn. And I think I want to draw Hapless Researcher too. So let's just top. If they draw a land for Guardian, it's going to be bad, but nothing we can really do about that. I guess I want to leave Hapless Researcher in the yard just in case. Attack for 6. No land. But they've already used this. Ah, they hit. It's pretty bad. Now they just go Guardian into Thorn, I guess. Yep. Just drawing a lowly hapless researcher here. I could sack it right now. Maybe that would have been better. Probably should have. I'll consider sacking it next turn. I probably should have sacked it there, though, just to try to find more cantrips and stuff. Now the Thorn, I guess. Oh, they play a Pestilence? Jeez. Okay. Resolves. They have the Pestilence plus Guardian combo. This is trouble. This is trouble. Let's just sack now. There's a Duress, which probably just misses here. Yeah, real bad shape here. Because now they can just... I mean, I guess if they don't draw another black source, like another land, they can't kill the Gurmag Angler with the Pestilence. But they can kill the Stinkweed and then next turn play the Thorn. And there's no way for me to really get through that. Wow, they're just playing Thorn right now. Interesting. I mean, we're going to just trade off Monarch, I guess. But that allows me to draw cards. It's probably just too late for me at this point, honestly. Just, we weren't able to combo quickly really here. Alright, well there's an Exhume. So we get the Monarch. I suppose I want to play land. And we draw another copy of Exhume. Okay. But now if they kill Stinkweed, I get to Dredge since I have 2 Exhumes. I know they can always take the Monarch back whenever they want with Guardian, but we will have Crusher with haste, and I don't think they have any cast downs yet. I mean, they could have drawn one easily, but they have to attack with at least 1 creature to take the Monarch. Castigate. Okay, well, 1 Exhume down. Maybe Merc was just, I was just reading what Merc was saying. Oh, well, you don't stop odd try things. Like saying it's an odd try to play Hapless Researcher. I'm still not really sure. A lot of times with this deck, it is pretty scrappy. I mean, they have to take the Monarch back for sure, right? There's a 5th black source. Okay. So they probably attack, and then during my combat, they're just going to Pestilence for 2 to kill the Stinkweed, is my guess. That's what I think is going to happen here. And they're going to go down to 9. Counterspell. Little late for Counterspell. Again, I can start dredging with this, though. I don't want to trade this for this, because this just dies to Pestilence anyway. I'll just attack and let them Pestilence for 2 here. Let them keep the Monarch. Unfortunate, but I think this is what I need to do. Yeah. So they're Pestilencing that down. Then I can dredge it next turn, hope to hit Crusher, and go from there. Then I can Exhume with Counterspell up. So we're kind of doing it. Not really, but opponent's at 9. They have a Crypt Rats in hand. I don't even want to send any creatures to their graveyard right now either. Assume they're just going to cast a Crypt Rats. I basically have to find Crusher in the top 5 to have a chance here. I feel like they should attack with Guardian. They choose not to. Just choosing to protect the Monarch. That makes sense too. Alright, let's dredge. And we missed. It's pretty unfortunate. Suppose I'm playing Lotus Petal at this point. They can just keep Pestilencing this down if they want. They should probably do it during combat again. That way I can't get a Crusher with haste. But they could do it now to save mana. They'll probably just scry 1 right now. Yeah. Those Silver Coal Campus is doing work. Opponent's deck does look pretty strong in the meta right now. Because it probably has game against Affinity and especially against Chatterstorm. Just Duress, Castigate, Echoing Decay. That's like so much main deck hate for Squirrel Storm. That's where the metas come to. Just build a deck like specifically for another deck that has game against the field. Castigate. That's unfortunate. Gotta hold on to this Exhume and just hope they don't have another removal spell, but yeah, I just don't think this is gonna work. Because opponent can wait till combat to Pestilence for 2. They are at 9, so they also don't have infinite life to work with. But I also, at this point, just it's likely that they have a cast down. Not likely, but there's a chance. What is this? Oh, just second Guardian. I guess they can always just trade for a Crusher with their Thorn also, so yeah, this matchup is just not good. Okay. Damn. I guess they can't kill the Stinkweed, so I get to draw 1 extra card here. Keep trying, but yeah. Even a Crusher making them sack 2 permanents at this point is just not going to do it. Oh, there's Crusher. Okay. We have no discard outlet for it yet. Pristine Talisman. There's a way to gain life. They're at 8 though. Wow, only attacking with 1 Guardian. Good play from Merc, which makes sense. Merc is usually up there on the leaderboard if I'm not mistaken. I guess not this time. Guess not. Okay, we go to 13. Yeah, they're just playing for the long game here. Good play to not attack with this because if we are able to put this into play next turn, they have to block with this and then they'd be taking 6. Just feel like I need to keep playing even though it's like it just felt so over like this entire match. Okay. I mean, let's do it, right? They can't Pestilence both of these down right now. So. Oops, I should have exiled the Hapless Researcher. I don't think it matters though. Just going to attack with everything. They probably Pestilence for 2, block, block. But at least then I trade for Thorn, which is good. And then maybe they have to chump Crusher. They're also getting close. They have 4, 5, 6. I guess they need 2 more black sources. It's just attack. Also, a cast down just wrecks me too. Basically, anything wrecks me. Pestilence for 2. They go to 7. And I am going to dredge the imp. And again, I want them to go block here. Yeah, that's good for me, but again, I can't say it enough. I just felt over this whole time. Oh, do they just have the win? They pestilence me down to 9 and then down to 5. Then they can attack me for 4 down to 5. And then they go up to 6 and kill me. Yeah, they can win here. It's really, this deck actually, it can peter out like this and take a long time, but it is usually pretty fast. I mean, I could have conceded a while ago, but yeah, so now they go to 6, then attack me down to 5, and then pestilence. We saw the writing on the wall. Okay, didn't quite function there. We'll take our licks. 0-1. Let's go round 2. All right, got crushed by Merc on black-white there. Gonna keep this hand for sure. Just 1 land, but we have infinite cantrips, so blue OP. Should be fine. They know the channel, they love it, so nice to see. And I just pressed 6 in here. And they just island over. Okay. A Lotus Petal, that's interesting. I'm gonna lead Preordain here. They said it will be an honor to lose to you. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see, yeah, who knows, who knows. I don't think we need a 3rd Careful Study, but I do think we need even tap land. I mean, maybe I can just bottom because I have this Lotus Petal. I just need to hit this land drop. I just need to top. It's just too greedy to not top there. I'm not going to use the Lotus Petal yet. I don't really want to show them what's up. I'd rather kind of keep information hidden, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to exhume next turn. So I'd rather, do this as a surprise if I am able to put a Crusher into play. I don't want them to, like, guaranteed leave up Counterspell or something. We could be up against mono blue aggro. We don't know yet. They obviously have no clue what we're on. All we've done is Island Preordain. It is mono blue aggro. Okay. Mono blue Delver. They Preordain 1 top, 1 bottom. This matchup's close. Let's play another Preordain here, I think. There's a Swamp and a Counterspell. I wonder if this deck should just be on Ice Tunnel just to, like, make it look like we... just to make it look like we could just be a standard blue-black deck. Kind of want to just bottom. Again, just need to find Crusher at this point. Okay, drawing an island was actually good, because I can just ponder this turn. Again, just looking for Crusher. Not finding it here. They can also have Snap in their deck. I think I'm just supposed to shuffle this too. Okay. Again, not finding what we need. I can cast a Careful Study in the dark next turn. Just casting a bunch of cantrips at this point. It's almost getting to the point where it's too late. Like, you need to combo fast, and I'm just not showing what the deck's capable of here. We're just not hitting, but they're gonna, like, play Miscreant, leave up Spellstutters right here. Just brutal. Just gonna have to play a Careful Study into it. And if this gets countered, I think I might just go for a second one. Hope Crusher's in the top 2 cards and that I can put it into play, and they don't have Snap. But Yeah, pretty rough here. I think I'm just bringing in Duress and Dispel. They counterspell. Okay, well, I think I go for this. I could wait one more turn, but just scared of more counterspells from them. And I can exhume this turn if this hits. Okay, it does not. Guess I can just discard Island at this point. I'd probably just discard Backwater. And Lotus Petal not doing anything. It was worth keeping it around because it was allowing us to combo more quickly if we had found Crusher there. But now we need to find Crusher and a discard outlet. So it's just, again, we're not functioning here. Pretty unfortunate. Hopefully we can show some good games with the deck because we have not been able to so far. But that's okay. What do they got? They haven't flipped Delver yet, so they're probably just drawing a bunch of creatures and lands. Third Miscreant. Jeez. There is a mono black Reanimator deck I was thinking about building, but I could look at that after this. After this, we could always try that. And then just try to go even faster with like Dark Ritual. And that deck does play some new cards, which is kind of sweet. The mono black deck I had in mind. But losing on Ponder and Preordain, like we're not functioning here, so what makes me think that we're gonna function with mono black? I have some other things in mind. I have some other things in mind. All right. Preordain, that's what we want to see. There's a careful study. That's bottom, top. I think I'm just going for this again. Let's go. We missed. I don't know if we need this bog actually. We do need this lotus petal. Don't think we need backwater. Or bog. I guess these untapped lands are just better at this point. And then I can go play Hapless Researcher, sack it right now. Hope Crusher's on top. It's pretty bad. I just feel like if I let them untap, it's just gonna be so brutal. What'd they do with that miscreant? I can't even like find out. They went top top. All right, we're going for it. We're going all in here. And we miss. All right, let's just go to the next one. Okay. That sucked. May even want Echoing Decay in this matchup just because it kills a lot of stuff. I think we want all of these. Gurmag Angler seems pretty bad. I don't even know what to side out, honestly. Can do the classic when they have more hate for us. Let's side out some petals. I don't hate siding out one of these. Wonder if I'm supposed to side out anglers because quick angler, I just feel like it's not usually going to be enough against them. I like to side out hapless when I don't need it. I like to side out a couple copies because it's the weaker discard outlet. So that is what I used to like to do. And I can side out a Dragon Breath. Because putting a Crusher without haste in this matchup, they still need like a bounce spell to answer it. Let's try it like this. Stinkweed can just be kind of annoying for them. It's mulligan. We have 0 lands. And snap keep this. Okay, we just need to find Exhume. Let's put back Bog. And just lead on turn 1 careful study, discarding 2 Crushers. And we gotta find Exhume for the turn 2. And then they'd probably just snap it. Okay. Pass the turn. Can still top deck and Exhume. I played so many different versions of this deck. They say scary discards, lol. We'll see it. We'll see if we can make anything happen. We have to draw something. Are they gonna Delver or are they just gonna cantrip? They Delver. Just planning to Island Pass. Dispel. Okay. Dispel is actually pretty good. Still just looking for Exhume. Definitely do not want to F6 their turn. Ninja here would be bad because I can't counter it. If they cantrip, I'm going to counter that for sure. Because you can't really counter creatures because then they just get the creature back. So it's better to counter the non-creature spells. And if the way they played, I was like, they might not have lands. So I definitely want to counter the Ponder. Okay. Snapped off the counter on the Ponder there. Flip on a counter spell. Okay, well, at least they're not hitting a land drop. Counterspell's not too bad, because even if they hit land, they could leave up Counterspell, and then I have Dispel. So, Fairy here would be annoying, like a Fairy Seer. Preordain. Nothing we can do. They're obviously just looking for lands. Really need to find it this turn. Got a lot of cantrips to do so. In the deck, that is. And then Fairies here also, geez. I feel like our time is already running out. That deck is, honestly, mono blue is solid. It's a good deck. One bottom, one top. Okay, attack for 3. And Exhume? No. Brutal. Definitely had to keep that hand. That's the hands you definitely keep. So far, we're just 0 for 4 on comboing here. We have not put a Crusher into play yet. It sucks. Really sucks. Okay, this is going to be a Ninja back Fairies here. That'd be kind of bold, actually. They're just going to leave up counter. Makes sense. Delver, yep. Okay, we can beat Counterspell. But we can't do anything. An 18 land for Lotus Petal might just be too many lands as well. The deck honestly always worked better when I didn't play Lotus Petal. I just thought I had to go fast. I shouldn't have done it. They reveal Ponder, they flip Delver. I'm pretty sure it's over because even if we crush her at this point, I think we're just dead in the air. I think I'm just going to concede out of this. Just going to GG's. We just weren't able to do it. All right, let's try again. O2 bracket. Let's keep going. See you in round 3. All right, 0-2. We're in round 3 here. We do have double Exhume, but we have no Crusher, no discard outlet. We have fast mana and good mana, but I think I'm just gonna mulligan. All right, we're keeping this. This hand is actually very good because we have Researcher to discard Imp, and then we can Dredge Imp looking for Crusher. So we're pretty close to comboing, actually. I think I actually put back Island because there's a chance I want Bog. So I can just put back Island, I think. And then just lead Backwater. Oh, they're on the play, okay. O2 bracket. Oh no. Are we against black-white control? We'll see. Are we in Soul Sisters? Yeah, it looks like Soul Sisters. Okay. How crazy would that be if they drew 3 Hawks and then discarded like a big creature, that would be annoying. But I have the bog, so. Okay. Let's just go hapless researcher. Do I want to just play a blank bog right now to just play this tap land? I think the answer is yes. Let's do it. Not going to play Lotus Petal yet. Could, but I just don't think I need to. I could have played Island plus Petal there to leave up Muddle, but I don't think that really matters. The good news is if it is Soul Sisters, they don't really play that much removal. So this matchup might actually be pretty decent for us. Yeah, it's Soul Sisters. Okay. Wonder if they're on my list or Weber's list. They do have Scoured Barrens, so makes me think that they're on essentially my list or something close to it. Could be their own design, certainly. There's the Crusher. Okay, we got it. So let's just start by sacking Hapless Researcher, discard Crusher, and then Exhume Crusher. Pretty straightforward. I can also leave up Muddle here by playing Lotus Petal. So that's decent. Okay. They need a non-cast down answer because we can counter a cast down. This is looking pretty good now. They have a lot of permanents to sack though, but this still is an 8/8. And I can play a Stinkweed Imp to buy time as well. So yeah, looking solid. First Crusher we put into play. Turn 3, match 3. Not a brilliant showing. They have 2 Hawks in hand at least. They'll probably just play some Hawks out. They can again start sacking stuff and chumping, but that's the plan of the deck. And there is Unicorn. Jeez. Okay, well that can deal with Crusher pretty easily. Okay, we're back to being in trouble. We have nothing to muddle for to deal with this, so that sucks. I guess I can just muddle for another copy of Exhume. That way when they kill Crusher, I can just Exhume it. I think what I want to do though is play Stinkweed Imp. Yeah, let's just play land, play Stinkweed. And then I can always, at a later point, muddle for Exhume if they like maybe trade Unicorn for Crusher or something. But we still have a decent chance in this game. This Unicorn's not going crazy because if they play like one Hawk this turn, it just gives their Unicorn +1/+1. Black mana. Is this Sign in Blood or Night's Whisper? Oh, it's Light Priest. Okay, this is my list, I assume. I have a 5/4 Unicorn and a 3/2 Blight Priest, so I can team up and block the Crusher here, but I will be able to Exhume it. Preordain. Feel like I should lead on that. Let's lead Preordain. Who knows what's going to be on top? Exhume, Exhume. Let's top. Top. And then attack with both or just Crusher. I think just Crusher. I want to stay back with the Stinkweed, I believe. They sack Thraben plus Hawk, and they don't choose to double block. Interesting. I think I want to just keep holding Muddle in my hand. If they play like a Night's Whisper, I'm just going to counter that. Now they're going to play 2 Hawks. Oh, they play Suture Priest into Hawk. Okay. So they're draining me. And their Unicorn can... Once their Unicorn gets past the Crusher, it's just going to be too late. And that will happen next turn. So yeah, they might just be fine here. I'm also getting drained by Blight Priest, so not looking great. I have nothing. I also wanted a 2-mana spell that I can draw and discard cards with, but it's not looking to be the case here. We don't have it. They get the last Hawk. They have 3 cards in hand, 2 of them are Hawks, but they have double Priest out. There's the other Exhume that we knew about. Let's just attack with just Crusher. They don't have to chump yet, but they can eat Crusher next turn. I guess what I can do here is transmute Muddle for Counterspell. It's actually a good play. I should have done that earlier. That's a mistake. I forgot about this line. This is actually a sweet line that I used to do sometimes that I forgot about, because now when they play a Hawk, I'm just going to counter it, and then they're going to have to continue to trade for this. So let's just counterspell this. They can't really attack into Imp still. They're at 3, so they have to go sack 2 to Annihilator and trade for Crusher now, and then I just Exhume if I want, but I'm not even in a rush to do so. They could also just choose to chump the Crusher here. Then they have to Annihilate 2 this turn and 2 the next turn. Unicorn is a problem, but again, I think this matchup's decent for us because they don't really have removal for Crusher, so they can get out of hand if given enough time. But as long as we can combo, which we haven't been able to do much so far, we might be all right. Okay, they concede. Wow. So we probably just want Echoing Decay. Maybe Echoing Truth as well. And that's it. Definitely Echoing Decay. I think we want Echoing Truth because that just is an answer to Unicorn, and it can bounce Battle Screech tokens. So that seems pretty good. Gurmhag seems like it does absolutely nothing. Let's just get that out of there. Yeah, it can block, but that's just not good. Can side out 1 Muddle, 1 Hapless. Can also side out 1 Imp. But Imp can help us find Crusher to combo faster. I mean, this can help us combo faster too. Side out 1 Imp. Imp actually blocks a lot of their 1/1 flanks pretty well. Let's do this. This looks good to me. Just go full on focused on putting a Crusher into play early. This is a mulligan. This just doesn't do anything. Yeah, we can transmute on turn 3 for stuff, but it's just not gonna cut it. Man, they're on a multi 5. I have blue and black mana. I have Exhume. I don't have Crusher. And I don't have a discard outlet. All I have is an Echoing Decay. I think I'm supposed to keep this hand on 6 against a multi 5. Seems worth it. If they play 2 of the same creatures, I just get them. If not, then I can just slowly draw cards here. Play another Soul Worm? Thraven, okay. I'm going to just hold off on this Echoing Decay for a second, because I am going to be Exhuming it hopefully at some point. Could always choose to kill the Soul Warden. They're on, they do have the Basilica. Okay, they're doing it. There's a Careful Study. Nice. I actually want to wait on that as long as possible, because I want to find Crusher before I cast this. Yeah, it could be on top, but I can't combo this turn anyway. If they played a 3-drop, I would just kill this. I'm just not going to cast anything if they don't play anything else. Duress. That is really unfortunate. Gonna let this resolve. I wonder if they're on like 3 or 4 copy of Duress. They probably should take Exhume, but they could take Careful Study or even Decay. They're not going to take Dragon Breath, obviously. The upside of Careful Studying there would be to discard Dragon Breath, and then we have more chances to find cantrips. But I'm actually fine with them taking this. I would have been most scared of them taking this. Stinkweed Imp, okay. Now I just need to go for Careful, because I have good things to discard at this point. And there's Crusher, nice. Now we're just looking for Exhume. Discard Crusher plus Dragon Breath. And then just pass the turn. Echoing Decay up. They have 3 cards in hand. Now we're just looking for second copy of Exhume. So we would have been able to combo there, except for the Duress. Maybe all the copies of Duress running around are just so bad for this deck. 4 mana, Battle Screech. Okay. I don't care about the life gain. Just play Imp, play Backwater. I didn't want to just kill 2 tokens because they have Battle Screech in the yard here. I want to kind of force them to not be able to flashback Battle Screech into Echoing Decay. That's my plan, at least. And again, cantrip or Exhume, please. That's all I want. There's Unicorn, and they get to get it out of Echoing Decay range, so that's pretty annoying. Oh, I could have played Bog plus Echoing Decay. Yeah, I might have just made a mistake. Whoa, what is this? I do not know what they're doing. Just get to eat a bird. Maybe they didn't know this had flying or something. Okay. I guess they grew their unicorn. That was weird. I mean, I can just Echoing Decay these now. I guess there's no real reason to. Just gonna pass the turn. Again, holding lands to be able to have good things to discard. I don't necessarily want to discard Bog. I will Echoing Decay these birds now, though. Whoa. This is not good for them. They should not trade their unicorn. I think opponent is not playing well here. And they concede. I think yeah. Opponent just didn't play well with the last attack and then got tilted, I think. And then when they attacked with Unicorn, they didn't maybe know about this ability. So got a free win there, kind of, with opponent making some mistakes. So GG's 1 and 2. Let's try to fight back and get up to 3 and 2 in this league. All right, sweet. Let's go round 4 right now. I think that should be a good matchup for us in general. Against Fox here, round 4. We're on the play. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I should keep this hand. Keep. I don't need to preordain on 1, I don't think. I'm just going to backwater on 1 pass. And then, again, I'll just preordain on 2. Fox mulligans to 6. We can transmute for Exhume. The life gain of Backwater I found can also be relevant against Burn, so it might just be worth it to have it, honestly. Speaking of, very well could be what we're up against here. All right, there's Exhume and Muddle. Bottom, I think I need to keep Exhume, even though that means missing a land drop here. Guess I can't. I just need to try to hit lands. All right, well, this sucks. That really was brutal. Even went bottom, and just missed. And it is Burn. Burn is actually a great matchup for this deck generally, but obviously here it's not looking great. Oh, what I could have done is just planned to discard this turn and then discard the Imp and then find the... I should have drawn the Exhume. Well, yeah, I said this deck was hard to play, and it is. Do I want to even dredge? I mean, I need to find Crusher still as well. Yep, I'm going to. I could also. No, I can't. I need to discard Imp first. Depending on what I dredge on Imp, I could choose to. Well, can't even really dredge Imp because I don't have enough mana for Exhume here. What I could do is I could discard Imp, and then I could dredge, discard Imp here. Next turn I can dredge Imp, and then if I hit a Crusher, I can just go Petal Petal, transmute for Exhume, and then hope to draw an untapped land on my next turn. Okay, suspend Riftbolt, ping, skewer, ping. Could have played Petals. I guess I couldn't have to because I wanted to discard this. Could have left up a counterspell here, but I didn't even really want to, honestly. I think I should dredge, and we miss Uncrusher. Oh man, this is brutal. Again, I think this matchup is good, but we're definitely losing this game. It's just too slow at this point. Even if we found Crusher next turn, it's like going to be 2 more turns till we Exhume. Wow. That sucked. We have a lot of sideboard though. I think I just want all of those. Definitely side out one of these. Couple hapless. I think I'm fine siding out a stinkweed. Couple petals. Could even side out a couple copies of Ponder. Just because I want my deck to be like all interaction basically. I could side out anglers as well because they're generally not good enough, but they can at least I can at least play them as a blocker. Let's just go for the crushers. The reason this matchup I think is good is because let's just go a little bit less greedy. Let's go 1-1. The reason why I think this matchup is good is because one, we have good sideboard with triple Hydroblast, double Dispel, triple Duress, but mostly because if you are able to combo, the deck burn basically has no answer to a Crusher. And I think I can just keep this hand. I can just basically counter a bunch of stuff and then eventually find the combo. I can also gain 2 life, which is like almost countering a lightning bolt. So this is pretty sweet. I don't think there's basically any reason I need to Hydroblast on 1. If they just like Lava Runner, I can just Hydroblast that later, and I may end up discarding this Petal with this hand. This has just been Petal has just been so bad. Like it hasn't basically done anything. But our deck basically hasn't done anything, so fair enough. Alright, I can play that backwater later, but if they play like a Thermal Alchemist on 2, I'll just counterspell it. And then I can bog that, which is nice. Lava Runner. Might as well just use Counterspell because it's like mana efficient to counter that. You need to counter the recurring damage sources here, so it's fine. And there's Crusher. Okay. Backwater Pass. We have Hydroblast and Dispel up. Looking for Careful Study mostly now. Just no spell from the opponent. Interesting. Another counter spell. I don't want to play Bog yet, actually. I'll just play Petal at this point. Not sure if I need to, but let's just play it. We also have 5 mana sources right now, so we're not that far off casting Crusher. Keldon Marauders. Yeah, no way. Holding Bog till we're going to combo is kind of a nice line, too. Okay. Hapless Researcher. Nice. play that. I could just sack right now. Our top card would have to be Exhume, but drawing a cantrip would be nice too. Let's just sack now. Hydroblast is a good draw. Again, just drawing a bunch of Duress, Hydroblast, Counterspell is pretty solid in this matchup. I mean, we're still at 19, and we're just looking for Exhume at this point. I could just let it resolve and Hydroblast at end of turn, but I might as well just get it on the stack. I don't think it really is relevant. Pyroblast. I think I'm just fine to dispel this. They have 3 cards left. We're at 19. Looking good. Okay. I'm just going to wait on that. Both my cards in hand are very good and kind of necessary. I mean, Bog's not really necessary, but it is good here. So I'd rather wait to have bad cards to discard from Careful Study. Yeah, I could have comboed that turn, but there's honestly no huge rush. Skewer the Critics me? Sure. And I don't want to discard a Hydroblast. That card is so good. Yep, Skewer is fine. Don't care about like Lightning Bolt targeting me. Okay. Bog you. This draw kind of worked out perfectly. Put a Crusher into play. And that should do it. Especially with the Hydroblast up here. Finally felt like I played well here. Searing Blaze. No, they didn't even play a land. I'm not sure. Oh, Fire Blast. Target me. Sure. Resolves. Needle Drop. Just counter this. And then they have to sack 2 lands down to 1 land, and then that'll do it. Okay. Nice. Can we have a quick Crusher in game 3? We might want the Lotus Petals on the draw. Hapless Researcher honestly isn't bad because it can block a Lava Runner or Marauders and then be sacrificed. I don't know, maybe just one more. Let's get Angler out of there again. Angler dies to 2 burn spells where Crusher would take 3 lightning bolts / like skewers. It's just so much harder to kill Crusher. Maximum Duresses here. Let's go Ponder out. I don't necessarily need the Dragon Breath as well. It just makes it harder to combo. Muddle is actually just good. It can just counter a lot of their stuff. Like, we have so many counters now. 4 counter, triple Muddle, double Dispel, triple Hydroblast, triple Duress. Our whole deck is just like trading 1 for 1 against them and then eventually put a Crusher into play that they can't answer. All right, snap keeping this. Sounds great. No Black Source yet, no Exhume yet, but we have a discard outlet, we have a Crusher. Just lead Preordain, looking for lands. Perfect. Top. Next turn, I can just go Careful Study plus Dismal Backwater. Okay. Marauders is good. That's going to deal me 5 damage. I think I should just play Careful Study right now. Alternatively, I could just leave up Counterspell this turn, but yeah, I think I like Careful Study plus Backwater here. Discard Crusher and I don't really want to discard Backwater. Gaining 1 is actually really good, but a tap land is not great. I might want all these cantrips. How many? We have 1 Dragon Breath in the deck. So again, next turn, I can just transmute Muddle for Exhume if I want. Then putting back the Keldar Marauders into play is annoying, but not the end of the world. think I'm supposed to just discard Backwater, play Backwater. That's kind of a tough spot there. I could have discarded Careful Study, I guess Preordain, or even Counterspell, but I like my line. Alright, get hit down to 17. They have 6 cards in hand. We have no Bog yet. That's kind of what I was worried about, honestly. Alright, so if I can combo this turn, there's a Petal. That's actually huge. So looking for Exhume here, might as well start with Preordain, because this gives me 1 more mana to play Careful Study and still have enough mana for Exhume. I can't muddle this turn for Exhume, but I can naturally look for it with 2 cantrips. I could just muddle the mixture with Hydroblast up. I'm just going to try to look for it this turn, because then they don't get any Keldon Marauders back. I think I'm supposed to bottom and then cast Careful Study. Okay, now I'll cast Ponder. Damn. I think these are good enough, though. I have to take another 5 off Keldon Marauders? Goddamn. If I draw an untapped land, I can muddle plus Exhume this turn, but I just don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think I want to keep these. Just going to leave up Hydroblast here. Put back like that. Play Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. So I'm going down to 12 this turn without them casting any spells. This is pretty bad. If they play a burn spell here, I probably should just Hydroblast it. We'll see what they do. If they play a creature, I'm definitely going to Hydroblast it, but I have to take a hit here. At least drawing the Bog isn't the worst because Rift Bolt. Another Rift Bolt and Needle Drop. I think I should just counter this. Okay. Now I'm drawing the Preordain. Gonna bottom the Careful Study. Bottom. Oh, I'm not even transmuting this turn. I mean, that's fine. Okay, there's Exhume. Nice. So now the question is, they have a Rift Bolt suspended. If I Crusher this turn, I don't have any mana up to protect it, but at the same time, they likely don't have any possible answers to it. So let's just do it. Oh no, they have Rift Bolt suspended. Alright, we'll have to go for this. They need double Lightning Bolt. Damn. This could cost me the game because all they need is double Lightning Bolt now, and then they go Rift Bolt this, double Lightning Bolt this. I mean, they could also just kill me with double Burn Spell plus Fire Blast here, but sure. They don't have any more lands that we know about. They snap off a Rift Bolt targeting me. That's not good. I go down to 8. I think I'm just going to lose here. Damn. I feel like I could have won this game. The way they just snapped it off. Yeah, they have the double Burn Spell plus Firebolt. Fire Blast, I mean. Do they not have it? They have it. I just misplayed. I could have left up counters that turn. I had double Counterspell in my hand. And I knew Rift Bolt was coming down, so I could have countered the Rift Bolt. Then Keldon Marauder goes away. Then next turn I go Bog Exhume. Feels pretty bad. Might as well finish it out, go for 50 play points here, but this deck is not working out. I do remember this deck being a little far off being playable because it was inconsistent. It is powerful. I got 4-1 with this deck many times, but yeah, inconsistent here. We've only gotten one win, which was honestly kind of a free win. So yeah, really not working out here. All right, I have to keep this. Just a bunch of cantrips. Cantrips. We have 2 islands and a black source, so looking good. Burn again. Let's see if we can get some redemption. And there's Exhume. Okay. Straight up just looking for Crusher here. Just bottom. I mean, I could Angler. I don't want to use my black source on that. I can find a Crusher. There it is. Nice. This is a turn 2 Crusher. Finally. And they're going to need triple lightning bolt, basically. I guess we could die, but unlikely. Let's go hapless, sack it, pedal, zoom, get back Crusher, and I might as well just play another hapless researcher, I guess. Could have saved the black mana until I play the imp or something, but I don't think I want to do that. If they attack with Lava Runner, I think they actually just block with Hapless Researcher and sacrifice it. And they concede. Nice. Turn 2 Crusher was enough. Same sideboard here against Burn. Playing Burn in the lower brackets here, interesting. Let's see. I think we sideboard the same way. Maybe, honestly, taking out like all the Lotus Petals might be decent. I think I'm going to do this. Because, again, we have just like infinite interaction. So we want to like play for the longer game, but Lotus Petal fixing our mana, giving us an untapped blue and black source is just massive. So, okay. Sand looks fantastic. Finally get some good draws against Burn in the 1-3 bracket. Let's keep. They mulligan to 6. I kind of do want to just run this deck through another league, but it is painful when you're just sitting here doing nothing. Gurmag Angler. I think I'm just playing a Hapless Researcher. I guess they could Keldon Marauders that I would want to Hydroblast, but maybe not even. Just going to Hapless. Can't play too scared at this point. They're going to Rift Bolt us, yeah. That was pretty obvious. Land Thermo. Yep. Got it. Crusher. Duress. Duress honestly is not bad in this situation. I could just lead Careful Study. I have a lot of good cards though. I don't really want to discard anything. I think I'm just going to lead Duress. Skewer, Searing Blaze, Chain Lightning. Kind of feel like I want to just take Searing Blaze and then just Hydroblast the Thermal Alchemist right now, and then they just only have 6 points of burn and that's it. And then I can just wait here like forever. Maybe just play an Angler. Yep, this looks good. So we know this is their hand. Skewer plus Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning us resolves. And then Skewer us down to 11. And then one card that they drew per turn, and then that's it. Okay. Now we Careful Study. I guess I could start with Hapless, but I think I should start with Careful Study. I mean, I don't really want to discard Counterspell. I can just discard Gurmag plus Preordain here. Could always just exhume a Gurmag, but actually seems good enough. I'm just thinking if I can cast Gurmag anyway. What if I just do a weird play? What if I discard double Preordain? Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in graveyard. I can just cast Gurmag. Is that the same thing? Because then I still have my Exhume plus Hapless. And I still have my Counterspell as well. Let's do it. Because now if I just draw a Crusher at any point, then I can just put it into play if I want. And this way I still have my Counterspell. Yep, I go to 8. Skewer. Okay, I'm at 5, but I have a counter for like their next play. And I have a pretty massive board here. I can just hit for 6 3 times. They're going to need some good draws. Just counter that. And they concede. Nice. Got our 50 play points. So we went 2 and 3 in the league. Not the best result. Our draws were pretty bad, and this deck is very inconsistent. So gonna have some bad leagues with this deck, absolutely. But let's see what we would do here. Lotus Petal was just absolute garbage. I definitely want another land, and I think it's actually Evolving Wilds. Because one, it's good with Ponder and it's good with Gurmag Angler. Let's get a 19th land in there. I don't hate a third Angler. This is like kind of how I had the deck before. And honestly, I was kind of thinking about doing this. Just running a couple copies of Spell Pierce or something. Trying to think what else I was talking about during the league that I would have wanted. I mean, a 4th Dragon Breath is decent as well. Could just play some copies of Duress in the main deck, but our mana base is so blue focused that I think like Spell Pierce might just be better. Could play even more cheap counter spells. I think this deck is just a couple cards off being like good enough. Just too hard to assemble everything. I think this version's not bad, but again, I think this deck is a little far off. That's why I end up picking it up and then putting it back down. I just think the deck is not quite good enough. But sneak peek, I do have some brews for other off-the-wall Reanimator decks, which I think I might get to here. So keep an eye out for that on the channel. If you like this content, thank you so much. I hope you had a good time watching it. Support me by subscribing to the channel, and until next time, thank you so much. Peace.